Howdy everyone, this is Mobot, this is the Asgaard SMP Season 2, and welcome back to episode number 3. I have just woken up here in this brand new interior to this house. This is what we worked on in the last episode. We got this beautiful interior done. We've got this bedroom rolling here. We come out into this den, sort of loft area, a beautiful view of that chandelier that's hanging out over the kitchen here with a dining table, some meat storage, and a kitchenette right here. We keep following that along, and we've got a library area with our enchanting table that leads right on down into our storage unit, which is pretty awesome. We've got a workbench down here and all of our Minecrafty bits, right? We've got brewing, we've got all of these different workbenches, like the different smelters. We've got these items here so that we have absolutely everything. And then we did some cool tricks with the mini blocks and the armor stands that we do over here as well to make it look super involved, and it makes it feel very much lived in. Lava farm and a way down to our mine here, which is pretty awesome. We've got this rolling totally bejeweled over here, but then another workshop down here ready for the mine. And if we come back on up here and straight through here, you can catch all of this in last episode. Go ahead and watch that if you haven't already. But this comes out into a currently empty stables, and we need to finish that up today. These two doors are at two very different states here. I love how these green doors look, very like a greenhouse-esque, but this is our front entrance to the stables that we need to work on this today. This is not complete, and I want to finish that up. We've got a lot of cool stuff going on around the house so far here, but we need to put an end to that, get it all ready to be lived in, because at the end of the day, this is really just a starter house, and I don't want to be spending an entire season or something like that on it. But here's what we've got so far. We need to upgrade this. Let's add some horses in there. Let's put an interior on it, and let's make this feel like it's an actual working stable. So I sat down and grinded for probably a little too long here. This whole front area is completely different. This wasn't even on the cards. I thought I was going to do this way later, but I just sat down and just kept going. First off, I knocked out this mega tree, and then I carved the land back here, and now we've got our base blending right into the base next to us. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's go ahead and walk in our new front entrance here. We've got this arch overway with my name hanging down, and then we walk in here. We've got a couple different paths. So let's start with what we had initially intended to do, which was this horse stable over here. So this part of the path goes right on over here into a corral. And if we come on up this is horse proof, by the way, same as obviously this one. So if we go ahead and grab this guy here and turn around, we can jump over it, but they can't just walk over it. So like if I run into it, they're not going anywhere. So it is both mob proof and horse proof. If I kind of just let them wander around out here, you know, it's totally fine. They can't just like go anywhere. And if mobs come in, other than maybe a baby zombie, they're not going to be able to get in and hit me while I'm AFK, because I do tend to sit in here and AFK pretty frequently. But if we go ahead on out here, here's what the stables look like now. We've got a couple random hanging signs just for a good little bit of decoration, into some hay bales, and we even got the mini blocks to make it just look a little bit more detailed here. And then we've got all three horses. So we had the one, we found another one roaming around, and then we bred them and got this one on the end. And that one's okay. Its jump is really bad, which is pretty sad, but at least it looks cool. I love the black with the gold horse armor. And then just a couple of random bits around here. This is pretty neat. I like the hanging sign with the item on it. That's actually an invisible armor stand, and that is just like positioned just right so that it's holding an item and pressed up against the sign, so it makes it look like there's an item actually on the sign. But in here, that is conveying what is being stored. We have the saddles, and then we do have one more gold horse armor tucked below there, and then, you know, just lots of random little bits that we've been doing all over the place. And what is a barn without a cat? I caught a cat. That's my cat now. It goes with my parrot. And then this is sort of just like the general like entrance kind of barn area, whereas that's more as like the actual stable. So we've got lots of stuff going on in here. It's very busy, but I'm really happy with it. It's busy, but it doesn't feel cramped, which I think is really the goal here. And if we come on up the staircase, this is the catwalk that I had initially planned to do. This comes right back up into here where we were before. But then what you can also do is come on down here and go around. This is of course the front entrance, but we can come out the back entrance into our garden area. And we've got a couple of random like gardeny bits over here so that it kind of conveys what is through this door. And then we've got this water feature with some cocoa beans. Ran off to the jungle to get those. We've got some hanging lanterns, which I think are super fitting, and then a whole bunch of different crops here. So like we've got the two different blocks over there. We've got the carrots on right there. And then we've got the whole reason that I built this entire garden was for the bamboo, so that we could get scaffolding. And I think this is just really serene. What is a garden without just like a peaceful area to hang out? So let's go ahead on out the front here. because there's still so much to look at. If we go out this way, we've got this path wrapping around right back to the front here, or coming around up over here into where our previous main entrance was, and then that is totally unchanged. But if we look ahead over our new front area here, I'm so happy with this. The pond with the bamboo raft is a callback to last season, where we had that right underneath the spawn area, and then we've got this pond right here, which we could probably do a little bit more with. I just kind of slapped it down and put some copper across the top. I think I actually prefer, though, this to be back one stage. Like, I think, do I just, I thought you you have to shift click it. Okay, so I think I like that color the best, but I don't have any honeycomb right now to keep it at that level. So we're just gonna have to let it be that kind of brighter green, and then this like really nice earthy color is gonna have to come later. I could probably do the same thing for the doors, and it is getting dark here. But then one more callback to last season is what's going to be a massive tree. I'm not going to do that next because I do have other plans to continue on with, but this is going to be huge. Let's go ahead into free cam here and just kind of get a feel for the scale of this. I think it's going to have to be about 3/4 of the height, so probably like the top window of the house maybe. And let's just get an aerial view of that, because that just looks so cool. I love how the curves looked here. Like a half circle going on, and then it kind of like flips over, and it's like another half circle, and then it flips over again, and it just blends right over. That was super smooth, I think. It took so much terraforming, and of course I only have the iron shovel right now. I have not bothered getting up a bunch of levels so that I can get a proper diamond shovel. So yeah, took a long time because of that. And then one more feature that we worked on over here. This was kind of a team effort with the person building in the base over here. If we walk on over, this is our nether portal that was previously over here, and this is going to be up the staircase, which, man, just from far back, and especially when it starts to get dark, you can really see like how that gradient looks. I just love that. I am very pleased with how this turned out, and it feels very solid. Like it looks with all those hard edges, and it's just gonna hold together forever. And especially with these black darker blocks, I think it's very durable, and I'm really happy with how this looks. So that goes right the way on up to there, and then we do have our nether portal here, which was just a moment ago absolutely swarmed by zombie piglins. I don't know what happened to those, but anyway, this is gonna call it for over here. We have other plans to do today. I did not expect to sit down and just go like crazy on it over here. I was expecting to just kind of do bits and bobs here and there as the time went on, but I guess that'll be the plan for the tree, maybe? I guess I can still save that for later and just call the rest of this good for the moment. Is it just me, or is there a rather large pigeon watching us? That absolutely looks like a face. Okay, anyway, for roughly halfway through the episode, I suppose this is a pretty good amount of stuff to get done here, but time to focus on my main goal for today, which is to do something. Of course, it would be that block that I break. To do something with what's trapped on in here. We've still got a handful of villagers. We, of course, pulled the horses out earlier and stuck them all into the stables, but yeah, this we got something to do with this. We need a villager breeder because villagers are awesome, and also I love an iron farm, and 4 villagers is not going to cut it for an iron farm. So we are going to have to find somewhere around spawn to do this, and you're not going to let me out now, are you? Let's just go 1, 2, sure, why not? We got somewhere to put this. I don't know. Our spawn chunks are over there, so probably like somewhere up there, which means we gotta cart them a really long way. This is gonna be so hard. I should probably also figure out a design for it so I know just how many I actually need to get over there. Oh, it's so far away. Oh, it's all the way down there. Looks pretty cool in the fog. Anyway, apparently this is what I need. So I don't know. Here we go. We're doing it up here. The spawn chunks are like that way, still up on top of the ring here. We did actually move them to make it a little bit more convenient for new players to kind of see what's all going on when they log in, but then also just because it's kind of cool, I think, to have them up here and be able to look down on the valley, and it opens up the whole valley to just be like buildings and stuff. We don't have to worry about trying to put like any farms or anything inside of where everybody is building. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna do it up here probably. Why can't I parkour this? There we go. Probably like right here. That does mean that we're gonna have to move the villagers pretty far, but at least it'll be up and out of the way, and hopefully it doesn't interfere with anybody. It'll be, I mean, we're kind of building it out of temporary blocks, so it's like if somebody does want the space, they are absolutely more than welcome to it, but at least for now it's going to be close enough to the spawn chunks so that we can just cart them over to where we're going to be building the iron farm. Okay, so this tube is where breeding should happen. We have a huge rail set up here to dump the villagers into it. Let's go ahead and see how this looks. Oh boy, wish me luck. Here we go. Okay, well that went pretty smooth, apart from, like, you know, my couple blunders, but, like, we didn't lose any villagers, and that's great, but also we had this guy that was, like, way closer. Yeah, that would have been a whole lot easier, but I guess I had to build it anyway because the other ones were still in there. But anyway, let's go ahead back into my body here. I've got 10 stacks of carrots to feed these guys. I think that's going to be enough if I recall correctly. Villagers have 5 inventory slots, so by having, I guess, more than 5 stacks, it guarantees that both villagers actually get to pick some food up, and in this case they will be picking a lot of food up, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and put a couple of mine carts into there. That's great, and then pop right, oh, don't fall, right the way up, and let's give these guys some food. So let's see, you're here, so let's just go like this. Okay, looks like the guy in the back picked that one up. So if I did that one, who's going to get that? Same, maybe? All right, let's just throw a bunch of them down. Here we go. And is it all the one in the back? There's no way. Really? Okay, I definitely saw the front one take some this time. So now I suppose it's just a waiting game where we just need to get some hearts. And just to be sure that that's not going to interfere with it, let's go ahead and get the scaffolding out of the way. I don't need it to, like, randomly spawn on the scaffolding and, like, break the whole design or anything, but it should hopefully fall right into here, and I guess we just have to wait. Oh, I see hearts. That's good. That's good. That's a really good sign. Hey, there we go. Okay. Wow, that was actually super fast. So now hopefully I have a button for this. Oh, that's gonna launch it, like, not good. I don't want to kill it. Let's just do this. All right, that should be good. Let's hit the button if I can. Ah! Oh, no. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, let's try this again. Take 2. All right, let's see. Button. And click. First go. Not quite. Aha! There we go. The trick is, first off, let another villager come in there so that they're kind of pushed up against the side, but then just push the minecart. Don't actually... Do I have a... Good. Don't act... Oh! Jeez, falling carrots. Why are there carrots down here? I guess they're wasting them. But don't rely on the dispenser, apparently. Not quite sure why that doesn't work. Maybe it's a directional thing. I don't know. Yeah, it just, like, stops. Interesting. Well, all right. We got a villager out of here. That's a great start. Okay, so my struggle now is going to be just coming off camera and collecting up as many of these villagers as I possibly can, because we have 3 of them so far. We are going to need 12 for the farm, so I'm just going to be sitting here for quite some time collecting these guys and then open the safe so that in next episode we can start the iron farm. But anyway, I've spent so much time on this episode already. We're going to be sitting here for quite some time more, so I apologize if this episode maybe was a little bit shorter, but we have a lot of big things coming, so stay tuned. Anyway, hopefully you'll have enjoyed. Go ahead and subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all next time.